Hey YouTube, what's up? John here. I just want to do a quick, simple political video. You can read this. Pre-Obama, unemployment 5.2%. National debt 10.26 trillion. Gas per gallon $1.75. We had no protest, no class warfare, and our country was united. Post-Obama, unemployment 9%. National debt, $15.5 trillion and rising. We'll hit $16 trillion within a month, or within a couple months. Gas per gallon, $3.48 a gallon. We have protests in almost every major city, including Oakland, the White House, and New York. We had no class warfare before, and now we have class warfare. Obama wants to take from one to give to the other. When has America ever been about taking from someone to give to another? Is he Robin Hood? Hell no, but he thinks he is. Are we united? No, we've never been as divided as a country as we are right now. We look like Europe. You know, I'm very passionate about America. I'm very passionate about the way the world views us, the way we view ourselves. And I'm very saddened with where this president has taken our country. I don't think he has a clue on how to make the economy better. Listening to his State of the Union address, he didn't even address Social Security reform. He didn't even talk about the Keystone Pipeline. He made a decision on the Keystone Pipeline based on a political move to get reelected, which will backfire, I believe. Not based on helping Americans get jobs and lower gas prices. That Keystone Pipeline would have given thousands of Americans jobs, and it would have lowered gas prices. Instead, which all Republicans and even half the Democrats are shaking their heads wondering what happened. Why did he not approve the Keystone Pipeline? The Keystone Pipeline will happen, but it'll either happen with Americans working on it and having jobs, or the Chinese working on it and having jobs. Canada already said they'd go to China if we don't approve it. He wants to add more regulations on businesses. There's already too many regulations on businesses where small banks can't even afford to give loans to small businesses, which are killing small banks and small businesses. He wants to raise the capital gains tax to 35 to 40%. He wants to take money from the 1%. He wants to raise taxes on the rich people. What he does not understand, and what a lot of people don't understand, which I think a lot of people do, but there's also people out there that don't know. These rich people, the so-called 1%, these are the people who invest in other companies to give them capital, to give them money, to invest in employees, to grow their business, to give people like me and like you a job. He thinks by punishing these people, it's going to make everything okay. The problem is, 47 of Americans pay no taxes. Now, if you're below the poverty line, I think there should be a break. But if you're above the poverty line, every American should pay taxes. There needs to be a larger pool. Okay? Obama wants to say this is America, okay? He wants to shrink the pot of people paying taxes and raise it on a small group of people. That's not going to work. The government makes so much more money if he broadened the pool of how many people are paying taxes. Now listen, just to give you an example. When he talked about, and it made me so upset, it was so stupid, and for people to believe it, you've got to be a moron to believe it. When he said, now I do agree, and every American agrees, not Republicans or Democrats, everybody agrees there needs to be, the loopholes need to be fixed so people can't get out of paying certain taxes. I don't disagree with that. No one does. But the fact that his analogy was that Buffett's secretary paid more taxes than Buffett was just outrageous. If you take the percentage, okay, of what, say I pay 9% of $50,000. Okay, which is what, like $4,500 or something. Okay. Now, if Buffett pays 9% of 50 million, he pays a lot more. Now, for example, if an investment could be treated like an income where there's a certain tax on, I can understand that. I mean, I think it's 15% right now. He wants to raise it up. The problem is with that is the money that he's taking away from the taxes, which I wouldn't. I mean, think about it. If you give the government any more money, all he does is spend it. He doesn't put it towards the debt. So it doesn't matter what he does anyway with the taxes on that point. But the fact is, taking the money from these people, okay, they're going to be rich either way. They're going to buy their yachts and stuff like that, and they should. They deserve to. They worked hard. They were successful. That's what it is. That's what it means to live in America. Everyone has an opportunity to succeed. Okay, some more than others understand that, and that sucks. But that's just the way it is. It's better here than anywhere else in the world. Okay, when you take the money, the extra tax money from these people, it does add up. Taking money away from people who would invest in companies that give us jobs. Now, putting more regulation on businesses, raising their taxes, all this stuff, especially on an economy that's already hurting, we're just going to get worse. Everybody knows it, except for some reason Obama doesn't. Even half the Democrats do not support this man. But they do, so they keep their job. You know what I mean? But publicly, a lot of them aren't supporting him. Now, I don't like how President Obama, during his speech, makes it seem like he can't get anything passed because of the Republicans. Part of that might be true now, but I don't blame the Republicans because the policies he's trying to pass are bullshit and they're bad and they will hurt our country. But the first 2 years he was president, now listen to me closely, the first 2 years he was president, the Democrats owned the House and the Senate, which means he could have passed anything he wanted. So a lot of the things he tried to pass, even the Democrats sent it back. Because he's very radical. He's not like a Democrat. He's so far to the left that some Democrats don't feel comfortable with what he wants. Okay? Now, the thing he passed was Obamacare. Did you hear one thing in the State of the Union about Obamacare? No. You know why? He doesn't want to remind people, doesn't want to piss people off, because he knows a lot of people don't want it. That wasn't the State of the Union address. That was his first political re-election campaign speech. You notice all the people he was talking about were from the states, North Carolina, that he wants to try to win, that he needs to win. So, he's a president who, 3 years after being elected, he now has an economic plan. He should have had an economic plan the day he took office. I just don't understand it. The problem with this man is even when he was senator, and this is what people have said about him, he never really did a job. He never got anything passed. He never had an original policy passed or anything like that. His whole career has been running to the next place, running for president. That's all he wanted to do. And I don't understand why the Democrats and the liberals try to say that if you argue with Obama or whatever and you don't agree with them, you're racist. If you're not a liberal, if you're a minority and you're a conservative, they call you racist. Makes no sense. Mark Rubio, a guy I could see president in 10 years. A Latino senator for Florida has been called racist by numerous CNN, MSNBC, NBC, all these liberal stations. He was called racist by all of them. Herman Cain, a conservative black man, businessman, who was running for the GOP, who is a brilliant businessman, called racist, called a crack pipe baby. Every black man in America should be furious that black people, because they're not conservative, because they were liberals, and because he was a conservative, called him those names. This guy never did crack. This guy wasn't a crack pipe baby. This guy was a very successful black man. But because he has conservative beliefs, he's called racist. They only stick up, these liberal people, Jesse Jackson, all these people, they only stick up for black people if they're liberals, which most of them are. But there's also a lot of conservative minorities, and they just get shafted. It's just unfortunate. That's why you see a lot of these media people getting attacked, because they're full of shit and they don't tell the truth and they attack anyone who's not liberal. Anyways, this is just my rant. I'm just sad to see, I don't understand how anyone says President Obama should be reelected. He hasn't passed anything. He hasn't done anything to help America. So I just don't see anyone's argument on that. So I look forward to him getting debated, because he just doesn't have anything to stand on. All he does is blame other people. He's called Americans lazy. He's blamed us for not working. He is a food stamp president, because he's hurt the economy even worse, which means more people are going to be on food stamps. And I want a president who wants to give people jobs, not food stamps, give them paychecks. I want a paycheck president, not a food stamp president. And I think everybody wants that. Anyways, I don't want to offend anyone, because I respect everyone's opinion, even though I can't understand why anyone would want to vote for Obama. And if you're a black person and you vote for Obama, I can understand that a little bit. I don't know, I'm not black, but if I was black, I would probably let Obama get away with a lot more, just because he is black. But I don't want that to get taken out of context to where I'm saying that just because you're black and you vote for Obama because he's black. I'm not saying that, but I do believe that a lot of votes are because he's black. That's coming from black people. I believe that. Anyways, if you're from another country, especially, comment. Let me know how do you view America? Because he says that people don't know what they're talking about if we say that we believe the other countries in the world think we're weaker than we used to be. Because I totally believe it. I have friends overseas. I have friends in Australia, Germany, UK, Switzerland, everywhere. And they all tell me the same thing. They believe we're weaker. We're not as strong as we used to be. And we're not. Look, we're in debt. We're going to be like Greece in a few years if we don't get our act together. So anyways, guys, this is just my rant. So I'm very passionate about America. I love my country. I want us to be the best country in the world. And I know other people say, and I get a big argument with my boy Marcus from Germany. He goes, how can you be the best country? Now, when I say that, I don't mean we're better. We're a better country than Germany. We're a better country than England. I think when I say that, I want us to be the best country that we can be for ourselves. I'm proud. I don't want to be a politically correct country. We're a God-fearing country. We have morals. We have values that we should always live by. They should not change. And we should fly our flag proudly at every single place, no matter who it offends. This is America. So anyways, guys, comment. Let me know what you think. I know I ran on and on for like 15 minutes, but it just upsets me when I hear on the news all this shit. The more I hear Obama, the more I'm just mad about all this. He's just a president of failed policies and broken promises, and you can't defend that, no matter what. But anyway, I'm going to make a video right after this on some of the finds I had. I just wanted to do a little rant. Therapy for me. I don't care if anyone. I just had to get something off my chest. So thanks, guys.